Hey Todd Collector fans, Fly Guy for TekSushi.com. Now, Iron Man 3. If you liked Iron Man 3, as I did, it was a pretty awesome film. It was something completely different, but a lot of you didn't like it. But then another lot of you did too. And the box office certainly said you liked it. So regardless of that fact, good film, and one of the good suits that was not in the film was Iron Man War Machine. So we never got to see this proper version of it. We did see some kind of mock-ups and designs, but for some reason this was never quite in the film. But that didn't stop Hot Toys making a collectible. So we're going to take a quick look at this. This is the die-cast one as well, so this thing is damn heavy. Here's just the outer shipper that it comes with. Some people really love these shippers. They go nuts for them for some reason. Not me. However, inside is one box I really can go nuts about. And this beautiful piece. Take a look at this thing. It's a printed piece with another kind of sketch over the top. And then this plastic sheathing that's been added to it as well. And it just... oh man, this thing is worth displaying on its own. Absolutely rocks. Beautifully packaged. You'll see a reflection there as I go around. But it's just beautifully done. So gorgeous, gorgeous packaging on this thing, and the plastic just makes it shine. The lower half you'll see down there, just again a nice kind of silvery metallic box, the way they've presented it. This thing took long enough. Hot Toys really were slow on this, when a lot of development work and changes made to the die-cast metal, and it's worth it in some ways. It's not worth it in others. We'll quickly show you that as well. So again, lots and lots of info around the box itself, but beautifully done, absolutely gorgeous package. So what are they displaying on its own? Now when you open that up, even the damn polystyrene rocks, you get this cool looking display there carved into this grey metallic polystyrene. It just looks the part, like a little carbonate tomb. And you'll see underneath there's a base. We'll show that in just a second, and all the other components underneath I should say. But once we take this off, you'll see, and I'm not going to show you all the bits and pieces in here, but there's extra hands, the usual. There's a forearm cover if you don't want the missile option, which comes with it. And that's pretty much it. I don't think we're missing anything in there. Nope, that's it. A couple of little tools and those silica gel things, which you really shouldn't eat. So there we go. Let's get a look. Just before we show you the figure, there's a big ass sheet of instructions, absolutely huge, and you'll need them. I'll try and share these if I can in two little halves, because the downside to this guy is, well, the upside first of all is he's an awesome figure, absolutely stunning, but the downside is putting on the lights on this guy is an epic pain in the ass. On the normal Hot Toys figures, you literally just lift up the arm, there's normally a little switch. This sometimes really involves screwdrivers and picking it apart, and then frankly you can put them on and then what, leave them on? No. So it's just, we need a remote control or something for these things. One overall switch where the whole thing comes on. It's just, yeah, it's not great. So lots of little pieces there, and tells you what you can clip on and what you can't. There's the option for the forearm. Let me see if I can focus on that a little bit better. There you go. So you've got to take a clip off to then turn the arm and the hand on. It's just a pain in the backside to do this, so I just won't be lightening it up. Comes with a kind of a Hall of Armor like stand where the figure can basically be posed. A little bit of thing there, just saying the movement is limited, understandable there, especially so because of its metal. Obviously metal may scrape against other metal, so be careful, but it's generally pretty solid and won't rub up too much. But again, there's just tons of detail in here when you swap out the hands, when you where you can move it up, and how much the torso will crunch and swivel and all that stuff. Even a little bit about War Machine's bottom. There you go. So in his legs and so forth. So definitely read the instructions. It's pretty important on this one because you spent a few bob on this one, that's for sure. So he's, oh my god, he's heavy. And he comes with this stand, one of these clip stands. Shame this wasn't clear, but I think because of the weight, this is why this is actually a metallic piece here and not a plastic piece, but it's damn heavy. So, and there's the base as well. One kind of, as I said, very Hall of Armor-like base, which can have lights put in it as well. And that gives it a very nice subtle effect, which comes up through the bottom of this. So you can just see the on switch in the battery section at the bottom. It takes 4 rather big batteries. So again, I'm just not a fan of putting lots of batteries in these things and leaving it there. but a nice metal die cast bit at the front there too. So yeah, sadly we're not going to have a lot of lights on this guy, but I put on the headlights, so to speak, just to give you a quicker look. And this thing, as I said, my God, he's heavy. It's solid metal, and it really, really shows. This is where Hot Toys have just went all the way out to get the perfection on this thing. There is no little switches at the sides to turn on the armor and so forth. They've wanted to make this thing look incredibly, incredibly good. It's very scary to touch at first. You tend to feel like it's a statue, and you're not quite sure what to do. But it does bend and move pretty easily, and I'll show you that in just a sec. So you can see this little flap here at the sides. I always got the flaps. Lots of kind of movement there. If I bend that leg back in, it kind of clips in. So it's pretty flexible, and even if you can move the leg quite far up and out, it feels like you think it's going to break, but it doesn't actually. It's really solid. And nice little connection points in there too. It's almost just, dare I say it, realistic. It just all connects up as if it would in the movie. So, stunning piece of work by Hot Toys. Worth every penny, let me tell you. And it was not cheap. This will be definitely going up in value. In fact, I think it already has. So if you haven't, check this guy out online. We'll put a link underneath the show notes to have a look at it. The detail is, again, I'll show that little clip there. Not the little clip, the little print on his chest. There we go. James Rhodes, you can just see that there. Lots of little prints around the backs and the sides. Let's get a look at the back. And even they've tried to replicate the interior armor as well, as you'll see there, that kind of suit underneath the silver, rather than just make it black plastic or other material. There's more little transfers on there too for the arm mount at the back. Just beautifully done. You'll see there's a little clip for the batteries for the arm, but again, you've got to take that, unscrew that off, and switch it on to get the light up feature. So that's the only downside of this thing, because it rocks otherwise. Lots of little transfers and details. Love the print. It's major quality. Really, probably one of the best, if not the best, Hot Toys in terms of quality that I've ever seen, and I've got a lot of them. Just epic. Absolutely epic. I could go on about this guy all day. Let me pull back and just show you a little bit more of the figure. Terrified to drop this thing. It's so goddamn heavy. Let's pull back just a little bit. There we go. So he's 1/6 scale collectible. He's tall, as I've said. He's heavy. Fits in beautifully with the rest of your Iron Man collection if you're lucky enough to have them. Just an amazing, amazing piece. He actually makes the older War Machine just look a little bit rubbish. Not rubbish, but nothing. This metallic quality all over is just. It's an Iron Man. For once, it's a solid Iron Man. So these lights are on, and as I mentioned before, this is probably one of the easiest ones. You have to kind of fiddle about with the back of his head and pick it off, and it's very fiddly to get off. I'll probably drop this. There we go. And then you can get inside to a little switch that's on the head there to put that back on. So it's just not easy to put these lights on. So I'm going to just turn that off while I'm here. So yeah, if that's a problem for you, which I don't think it's going to be for a lot of people, but you know, it's a pain if you want to display this thing. Imagine someone coming and saying, "Oh, what an awesome, toy you've got there. Let me have a look at it." And you take 15 minutes to get the lights put on. Yeah, it doesn't. It's something about it. So it's not for everybody. It's definitely one to just display. I think pretty much. Even the fluidity in the neck there. It kind of almost goes back and forth like a kind of chicken head there. You can just see it. It's just beautifully done. All the joints, all the seams. Again, if you're new to Hot Toys, by God, this is a good place to start. Everything is articulated in this. This is not a dragon body underneath with just some stuff stuck on the top like armor, sometimes like Sideshow do. This is a full-on heavy, heavy piece, and it's a beauty. It's an absolute beauty. So chuffed I managed to get this one. So, love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about it? I know I've just given you a very quick overview here. It's very heavy to hold, and again, what else can I show you? It's really, there's not a great deal of features going on. We've got lots of pictures up on our galleries on Google Plus and on Facebook, so check them out if you want to see more about it. And there'll be a link directly underneath this video to go and buy it. If you want to get it, hurry up and grab it, because it's a killer piece, and the second-hand market's going to be insane, so don't dilly-dally. If you like these videos, we've got another channel for Star Wars, pretty much just all Star Wars, and that's flyguy.net, FLYGUYDOTNET, or just put in Fly Guy Star Wars into Google, you'll find us. That's it. Again, all the info is underneath the video, and yeah, I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts on it, and we'll see you for another Hot Toys review coming up soon. Cheers.